The Galactic Council chamber hummed with tension as 5 alien delegations gathered for what was supposed to be a routine military exchange summit. None of them had expected humanity to send representatives, much less 2 young officers from a species barely a century into space travel. Lieutenant Elif stood with her hands clasped behind her back, her dark eyes observing the towering aliens with calculated interest. Beside her, Commander Adam maintained the same stoic composure, though his jaw tightened slightly as the Crithian ambassador's latest boast echoed through the crystalline hall. Our dreadnoughts span 15 kilometers, the insectoid Crithian chittered, its mandibles clicking with pride. Each vessel carries enough firepower to crack a planet's crust. We have patrolled the outer rim for 3 millennia unchallenged. The reptilian Vaxorian delegate hissed in what might have been laughter. Impressive for primitives. Our battle cruisers may only reach 12 kilometers, but our quantum shields can withstand a supernova's initial blast. Your weapons would be as gnats against our hulls. Elif exchanged a brief glance with Adam. Neither spoke. The avian Seraphix representative spread its luminescent wings, casting rainbow patterns across the walls. Both of you measure size like children comparing toys. Our ships are living entities grown from seed over decades. They think, adapt, and regenerate. No mechanical construct can match organic superiority. Then you have all built monuments to your own extinction, rumbled the Thoraxian, a being of pure energy contained within a geometric lattice. Our vessels exist in 11 dimensions simultaneously. We strike from angles your limited perceptions cannot even comprehend. Distance and shields mean nothing when we attack from within your own shadow. The 5th delegate, a gelatinous morphid contained in an environmental suit, bubbled with amusement. And yet none of you have achieved what we have: complete phase displacement. Our fleet exists half a second out of sync with normal time. We are already victorious before battle even begins in your timeline. Elif cleared her throat softly. The sound, barely audible, somehow cut through the competing boasts like a knife through silk. 5 alien heads, or their equivalents, turned toward the humans with expressions ranging from curiosity to disdain. "Forgive the interruption," Elif said, her voice steady and professional. "We've been listening with great interest to your impressive capabilities." The Crithian's antennae twitched with irritation. "Ah yes, the humans. Tell us, do your primitive vessels even possess shielding? Or do you still rely on crude armor plating?" Adam stepped forward, his hands still clasped behind his back. "We have shields. They're adequate for our purposes." "Adequate," the Vaxorian hissed mockingly. "How quaint. And how large are these adequate ships of yours?" 2 kilometers, 3? The UNSC Defiance, our flagship, is approximately 2.1 kilometers, Adam replied evenly. The chamber erupted in what could only be described as alien laughter. The Seraphix's wings fluttered rapidly. The morphid's suit shook with bubbling convulsions. Even the usually stoic Thoraxian's energy matrix flickered with what might have been amusement. 2 kilometers, the Crithian chittered. "We have escort frigates larger than your greatest achievement." Elif allowed the smallest smile to touch her lips. "Size isn't everything, Ambassador." "May I ask a question?" The Vaxorian waved a clawed hand dismissively. "Amuse us, human. How many battleships does each of your species maintain in active service?" The Crithian straightened with pride. "We command 17 dreadnoughts, each a masterpiece of engineering taking 50 years to construct. 9 battle cruisers," the Vaxorian added, "forged in the hearts of dying stars over decades." The Seraphix spoke next. "We have cultivated 6 living warships, grown over 70 years each. Our dimensional fleet consists of 4 vessels," the Thoraxian stated. "More would destabilize the fabric of local spacetime." The morphid bubbled last. 3 phase-displaced destroyers. "Creating more would cause temporal paradoxes." Elif nodded slowly as if genuinely impressed. "Remarkable. Such powerful vessels, each a significant investment of time and resources." She paused, letting the moment stretch. "Commander Adam, how many ships are currently in the Terran Defense Fleet?" Adam consulted his datapad with practiced casualness. "As of this morning's report, we have 843 battleships in active service with another 217 in various stages of construction. Expected completion time for each is approximately 14 months. The silence that followed was absolute. "Impossible," the Crithian finally whispered. "No species could construct vessels of war at such a rate." "Your datapad must be malfunctioning," the Vaxorian insisted, but uncertainty crept into its voice. Elif's smile widened slightly. Our ships may be smaller, ambassadors, but we learned something crucial in our short time among the stars. We learned it from our own history, from wars that raged across our single world. She stepped forward, her presence somehow filling the massive chamber. We learned that one perfect sword is magnificent, but 1,000 adequate swords win wars. Adam continued smoothly. Our vessels are modular, built in orbital shipyards using advanced automation and AI assistance. Every component standardized, every system redundant. They're not the biggest, not the most technologically advanced, and certainly not the most elegant. His eyes swept across the 5 delegates. But we can replace them quickly, endlessly. We humans have a saying, Elif added. Quantity has a quality all its own. While you perfect individual masterpieces over decades, we perfect the process of production. Your 17 dreadnoughts are impressive, but what happens when you lose one? How long before you replace it? 5 years? 1050? She let the question hang in the air. We lose a battleship, we mourn our dead, we investigate what went wrong, and we build 3 more using what we learned. Every loss makes us stronger, faster, smarter. Our fleet doesn't diminish with warfare, it grows. The Thoraxian's energy matrix pulsed with what might have been concern. But surely the resource requirements are sustainable, Adam interjected. We strip mine asteroids using automated drones. We harvest gas giants with atmospheric processors. We've turned our entire solar system into an industrial complex dedicated to one purpose: ensuring that humanity can defend itself against any threat, anywhere, anytime. The Seraphix's feathers had stopped glowing. Its earlier pride dimmed. This is disturbing. Your species builds for war as others build for peace. Elif's expression softened slightly, but her voice remained firm. We build for survival, Ambassador. We've learned the hard way that the universe doesn't reward the unprepared. We've seen our share of predators, both on our world and among the stars. We choose to be neither prey nor predator. We choose to be the species that cannot be threatened because the cost of threatening us is simply too high. 800 battleships, the Morphid finally burbled, the mockery gone from its tone. In service now. Not planned, not theoretical, active. 843, Adam corrected gently. And that's just the primary fleet. That doesn't include our destroyer squadrons, frigate flotillas, or carrier groups. The Crithian's antennae drooped. How many military vessels does humanity possess in total? Elif glanced at Adam, who consulted his datapad once more. Approximately 43,000 crewed vessels, plus roughly 200,000 automated defense platforms and another 500,000 drones. The number hit the chamber like a physical blow. The Vaxorian was the first to speak, its voice barely a whisper. You're not warriors. You're a swarm. No, Elif corrected firmly. We're survivors. We're engineers. We're problem solvers. And we learned long ago that the best solution to the problem of war is to make it unthinkable for anyone to start one with us. She looked each delegate in their eyes, or optical equivalents. Your battleships are magnificent, truly. Each one a work of art and a testament to your species' capabilities. But they represent finite power. Humanity represents infinite potential, Adam added quietly. We hope we never have to prove it. The 5 aliens looked at each other, their earlier pride and rivalry forgotten in the face of something none of them had anticipated, a species that didn't build the best warships, but built the most. A species that had turned industrial capacity itself into their ultimate weapon. As the summit adjourned in subdued tones, Elif and Adam walked toward the exit. Behind them, they could hear the ambassadors talking in hushed, worried voices, their boasts replaced with calculations and concerns. Do you think they'll leave us alone now? Adam asked quietly. Elif considered the question. They'll respect us at least. And respect means we won't have to show them what 843 battleships can actually do. Good, Adam replied. Because honestly, that number scared me too. Elif smiled grimly. That's because you're smart enough to understand what it represents. We're not powerful because we built the best weapons. We're powerful because we can't stop building them. And that should terrify everyone, including us. As they departed the Galactic Council chamber, the 5 alien species were left to contemplate an uncomfortable truth. Humanity hadn't built monuments to their martial prowess. They'd built factories, And in the cold calculations of galactic warfare, that made all the difference.